Yesterday, we took a look at a presentation gave at Polkadot Decoded 2024 by Bjorn Wagner, the CEO of Parity Technologies. Now, of course, he took over from Gavin Wood, a very capable individual, somebody that you'd want as a CEO of a company like Parity. And we looked at the speech that he gave at Decoded, and within that speech, we covered a number of different areas. But the thing that we covered last, where I want to be picking up on today, is in regards to the new Polkadot app that Parity has been working on and is set to launch in 2024. Now, many people have missed this, and I can't understate, or overstate, I should say, enough, the significance of this new app in regards to onboarding new users, not just to Polkadot itself, but within the broader Polkadot ecosystem, the parachains, and everything in between. Now, we spent the first half of the video looking at some statistics in regards to how far Polkadot had came from the last Decoded, Polkadot Decoded 2023 to Polkadot Decoded 2024, and we also looked at some of the technical upgrades that were taking place, like Agile Core Time and asynchronous backing, really unlocking some of the potential for the Polkadot relay chain. There's a lot going on with Polkadot. We hope to get some individuals on the show to help us sort of understand that in the coming weeks and months. But we're going to be focusing on this app. And within this app, there was something monumental that was announced in regards to Polkadot Pay that would allow you to pay with your Polkadot at over 1 million of the most well-known companies and vendors around the world. This is absolutely huge. So we're going to be recapping on that to start the video off, and then we're going to be diving over to a presentation that was given by Nova Wallet, one of the most popular wallets within the Polkadot ecosystem, in regards to being also able to utilize Polkadot to pay for your everyday services via the likes of Google and Apple Pay. Essentially have a Polkadot card, if you will, a Polkadot funded card that you can use for your everyday transactions. Now, the Nova Wallet presentation covered a variety of things, just like the Polkadot app that was announced by Bjorn. They're all about trying to make things easy for people to do and trying to onboard those 1 billion users into the Web3 space. But specifically, it's very interesting how we're now seeing Polkadot gain a real-world use case in regards to being a currency, if you will, which is what many of these cryptocurrencies initially started out as. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, what I want to do is dive into Bjorn's speech, the last bit that we looked at yesterday, to kind of recap in regards to the Polkadot app, which I think is a big deal. And then we're going to be diving over to the Nova Wallet speech and looking at how they are looking to utilize Polkadot in the real world. Let's dive into it.
I'm finally really excited to reveal a new Polkadot product we've been working on. This is a product to onboard beginners into Polkadot. A product to actually, I think, for everyone to be able to experience Polkadot. We know that crypto can be really challenging for people, and we believe this product will be the easiest way to onboard anyone you come across to Polkadot, no matter what their background. Introducing the new Polkadot app, a mobile app that was specifically created to onboard people into the Polkadot ecosystem, so designed and conceptualized from the ground up for ease of use, built for everyone. The app is super simple and secure. No seed phrases, no username or passwords. Instead, it uses Apple and Google Cloud to back up your credentials. Long, clunky wallet addresses have been a major barrier for ease of use for many users. We are solving this pain point by integrating simple to use, simple to read, simple to write usernames. We've also simplified the way to send DOT to your family and friends, as well as stablecoins such as USDT and USDC. The app will really be simple enough for the crypto uninitiated or your parents to use. Let's say you're in the backseat of a taxi, right? And you want to give, your driver gave you an amazing experience and you want to give them a tip, but they don't have the app downloaded or installed yet. No problem. Send them a link via text, WhatsApp, or email, and they'll be able to claim the tokens essentially with one click. But, what would be a Polkadot product without staking, right? It got to be there. So we wanted everyone to be able to stake DOT to get access to staking rewards with as little as one click. And that's what you should expect from that app. But this mobile app is really more than just your common self-custodial crypto wallets optimized for ease of use. With this Polkadot app, you will be able to pay with crypto without leaving the comfort of your self-custodial wallet. You may wonder, pay where? Well, in more than 1 million stores and websites across the US, and later this year, we are looking to launch international support starting, we will have to see on timing. We're looking at the H2 this year, but we're looking at bringing crypto payments to over 33 countries and adding another more than 2,000 brands and millions of more stores to it. But that's not all of it. On every purchase, you will be able to get up to 20% cashback in DOT, funded by the brands you shop at. Now, this app, we're looking at launching this app in Q3 this year. The development is already underway. And we really can't wait to get this app into your hands and show your communities and get your feedback. Now, in a truly collaborative way, right? This app was a joint effort by multiple teams. There's Parity, who was driving the concept and design. Our friends at Novasama are building the app. And our partners at Raise will be powering payments. Excitingly, we intend for this app, right, like this new model and this new app, to be collectively owned by the Polkadot token holders. And how do we do that? Well, we intend to use the brand new Polkadot Community Foundation that is controlled, legally, controlled by the Polkadot token holders. But that's not all there is to it. Because beyond that, we are working with Raise to enable any self-custodial Polkadot wallet to be able to integrate this payment API, and you will be absolutely sure to hear more about this from us in the future.
So coming Q3 2024, so September thereabouts 2024, this app should be ready to rock and roll. And it includes many features on top of being able to use Polkadot at some of your favorite vendors. It includes features like easy staking, easy sort of interaction and access to the DeFi space and the sort of parachains and everything in between. So this is something I think is really to be looked forward to. There's a lot going on, and again, going back to the broader speech at the start, he really announced some of the kind of foundations that have been kind of formed in a decentralized manner around Polkadot to help sort of push it technologically. And it only takes one of these to sort of stumble upon that killer application, and some of them may already have, but they're in a very early stage, to really see the Polkadot ecosystem explode. You've got to think about the broader ramifications something like the Polkadot app has for the Polkadot ecosystem at large. Let's now dive over to a clip of the Nova Wallet presentation where they announce a very similar thing within the Nova Wallet that is essentially game-changing. It's a partnership with MasterCard to utilize Polkadot globally around the world. Anywhere that accepts MasterCard will also be accepting Polkadot. That's quite huge news in my opinion. So let's dive over to that clip and then we'll wrap the video up.
That all of the things that they are doing in their wallet is actually a real thing that they can use in real life. And we decided to solve this issue. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you a brand new product in the Polkadot ecosystem, which is collaborated by ANNOUCEMENT Technologies and Mercurial, and it is a debit card on the Polkadot. So this is a brand new product, which we're about to release this September, that will be available and running on the Polkadot, and the users will now have access to actually spend their magic coins across all of the world where the MasterCard is accepted. If you want to see how exactly it works or the numbers, they're on the following slide. So you can see the limits. You can see that it's super fast to issue the card. It's super fast to top up the card because the Mercurial as a company, as a payment provider that we collaborate with, are heavily invested in the Polkadot ecosystem. And they want to make sure that you guys have the best UX possible in this regard. For the region coverage, we start with Europe and UK. And in the next year, this is going to be expanded to LATAM and US. And of course, as you saw, the card is real. It's just a regular debit card. It has the number. You can add it to the Apple Pay and the Google Support. But what is really excites me is how we can go further, right? We want to not only provide you a solution that basically helps you to off-ramp your tokens and then utilize somewhere in the world, right? Whenever the MasterCard is supported. What we really want to do, we want to create a brand new utility. We want to increase the amount of transactions on the Polkadot itself. And how we're going to do it? We are working heavily right now on the self-custodial cards, which will be a next iteration on it, right? And if you think about it, that unlocks you unlimited possibilities on the Polkadot. The really low-handed fruit for imagining this is basically a staking. You can today set any account in the Node wallet to be an account that receives your staking rewards daily, right? So you can imagine if you have an account which is basically a self-custodial card, right? And its balance is basically the card balance, the MasterCard balance, right? That account can be used to receive your staking rewards. And as soon as you have it, you will see the push notification no wallet, and that immediately, without any mental barrier, basically provide you opportunity to spend it, right, anywhere in the world. So we have a situation in which user don't need to think about all this like overwhelmed process of how they need to convert these magic coins to the real utility in the world, right? So this would be there. So this is what really excites me. And imagine how the parachain teams can utilize this self-custodial cards, right? With which use cases they can come up with, right? And build on top of it. This is really great. Regarding the roadmap, it is the following. So we're planning to release the Nova Wallet Spend card, which is basically would be an off-ramp solution. So you send your tokens to be a balance of your card. So this comes, as I mentioned, on the September. Next one, you saw the presentation yesterday by Bjorn with the new Polkadot app introducing the raise. So this will also be released in the Nova Wallet later on by the end of this year. And then during this time, we are designing the self-custodial solution, which we're aiming to release next year, right? And that solution would be available to everyone in the ecosystem to build on top or to use just in the Nova Wallet.
Huge news. It's a real shame that Polkadot Decoded doesn't get as much attention as it deserved to get. I think there was some absolutely outstanding announcements. You know, there's a massive kind of technological shift coming for Polkadot with the move to Agile Core Time, the breaking down of the parachain slot auction model. And then, of course, you know, perhaps years down the line, we've got Jam coming, which is something to get excited about. And we'll be bringing someone on the show to help us understand that in a little bit more detail and why it's so significant. I think the next Polkadot video that we're going to be doing is going to be looking at Gavin Wood's speech, where he talks about a very interesting concept in regards to how do you actually recognize human beings as human beings. We're moving towards this very technological world where human interaction is being removed. However, we need, in many cases, to reinstall that human accountability, I guess, so that we don't enter this kind of dystopian, computer-controlled entirely world, and there's a human kind of okaying the things that are taking place in the situations where it's required. Very complex topic. We'll cover it in the next video. On that note, guys, I'm going to love and leave you. If you've enjoyed the content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest Polkadot news. And on that note, I'm going to love and leave you. Thanks a lot for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you all in the next one.